Hey guys, I am back again for another tour review, and we're back right at it with Star Wars. And I'm going back to talking about how much I absolutely adore Han Solo and Return of the Jedi, since it has still been 40 years since Return of the Jedi has been released. And my growing obsession with Endor Han Solo continues to keep thriving. And now that Hasbro finally released this figure, and I decided to finally get it, it is the new vintage collection 3/4 inch Han Solo based on Return of the Jedi, and it's the one that I've been really longing to get. When I first saw this, I was like, you crazy bastards, Hasbro, you did it again, and this time you've done it right. It looks like they completely captured everything I wanted in this figure to look exactly how Han Solo looks in the film, much more accurate to how it's supposed to be represented. I mean, it's just such a great looking figure. I just had to pick this figure up. I absolutely love it. I just knew right off the bat that I was going to pick this up. I've already addressed how many times, like before, that I really love this particular version of Han Solo in previous videos, so I don't have to go ahead and address that again, unless you want to go back and watch those videos, especially on the Retro Collection Han Solo figure right there in that review, and also my Han Solo figure collection. I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the package first, because it is that 40th anniversary Return of the Jedi package, also reminiscent to the original Kenner toy line, as they got the Kenner logo down there. It's a typical vintage collection standard that we usually see, though we have an image of a deleted shot from the film, which honestly they shouldn't have deleted it because it's such a great sequence. I love it. And I also like how Harrison Ford looks in that scene as Han Solo. It's just undeniably entertaining in my opinion. I absolutely love that deleted scene. I just wish they didn't cut it out. And at the back, it's just basically another collection of figures you can get in a whole line, which I haven't really been paying attention to be honest. I wish I would be paying attention, but the only Star Wars figures I collect most of the time are usually Han Solo sometimes. I'm not too big on collecting Star Wars figures at the moment, but if it's Han Solo, especially this particular version, I'm going to pick it up. So that's basically it for this package. Let's go ahead and take this guy out. Alrighty, so we have the Han Solo figure from this new vintage collection wave out of the package. This is truly an amazing figure. I absolutely adore this figure. Just literally seeing if everything is functioning correctly and how it is, even seeing that the legs sort of look like they have been reused from a previous vintage collection figure I have actually reviewed, which is the Han Solo figure from, from Solo, Star Wars story. I can definitely see where parts have been reused, like the hands and the holster. The legs do feel a little bit different, but they still look similar in the terms of the joints. But other than that, I'm not gonna go too deeply on that because I'm just gonna straight up focus only on this figure. This figure looks incredible. There it is. Look at that. It's Harrison Ford, and he looks so much like him now. This figure, out of all the Han Solo figures I've ever collected, this looks like him. This is just, without a doubt, I see Harrison Ford right off the bat from this. There is no difference. There's no imperfections. It's literally Harrison Ford right there in that likeness. Photoreal can really do a damn good job at this point. It's just working wonders. This is like one of the few times I could say that photoreal is like, well, I've always liked the photoreal technology for most action figures to looking like the actors, but this is just the best already. Funny enough, this is like the one time I've been so excited for a Hasbro Star Wars release because it's Han Solo. I love this figure, and this is one of the reasons. This looks like him, even from like the lighting, from my camera. It's like from everywhere I look, I can literally see that detail pop up. It's literally Harrison Ford. It's so freaking good. Just really love that head sculpt. I love it. Finally, a Hasbro Han Solo figure that just straight up resembles him and no imperfections whatsoever. So of course you get the detailing of the figure and the body and everything. Everything looks like it's proportioned just as good as it should be. And the wrinkles of his shirt, the fine detailing of his vest, which is fine as usual. And then his pants, the iconic brown and yellow striped pants that I love so much. And he also has the working holster, which is also painted a different color this time to match how it should. And he also comes with his blaster, which strangely enough, his blaster is painted only on one side. This side is completely black, while the other side, it has the paint on the handle, the brown paint on the handle, and the silver tip over here. So it is weird and strange that for some reason it's not painted on this side. Probably a factory error because I don't know. Oh, they brushing these figures out. Funny that I'm gushing about the head sculpt of the figure, and I love the way the proportions are, and they already messed up on the blaster. But aside from that, just looking at this figure from top to bottom is such a great looking figure from everywhere I look. Nicely painted, nicely detailed. And here's the back as well. Just so dang good, man. This is what I've been waiting for a long time. A definitive Endor Han Solo that looks like the actor and also just fits every proportion that it looks. And even the vibrant yellow stripe that goes down his pants to stick out, it's as vibrant as it could be on here. Everything is just so darn good with this figure. I'm so happy with this figure. Just an absolute must for any Han Solo fan like me that always love collecting these figures, especially Return of the Jedi Han Solo in general. It's like my favorite rendition of the character and my favorite performance of Harrison Ford for Star Wars. I know I like him in the sequel trilogy, but I really freaking like him in Return of the Jedi. It's absolutely my favorite from Harrison Ford as this character. So it is really great to see that this figure has perfectly represented the character in this form. I just love this so much. It's just, that's all I gotta really say. Just such a short look at this. It's everything I wanted in an Endor Han Solo figure. If I could just go ahead and place it up against like at least two of my, let's like two figures I'm just gonna compare. Like here is Retro Collection Han, and that is the 2011 Han Solo, which used to be my favorite. It's still my favorite Han Solo figure. I like the way it looks, and I always adored the way it looked, aside from some imperfections. And I always thought the head sculpt of Harrison Ford looked like him. I always thought that. But then here comes this figure to say that, yeah, you can do better than that. Such a great looking likeness. It's like, yeah, these two are out of the equation. Well, this figure is fine because it's obviously 1983, so I didn't have to worry about that one. I mean, that's a re-release, but still. But this figure, obviously, because Hasbro constantly keeps struggling with the likenesses. Then we get the other Endor Han, this one, which definitely still has the same good likeness. It still captures his likeness perfectly. And this is the 2000s in that point. And then we have all the other figures that try to match his likeness. This was close, but pale skin ruined it. And then we have one of the 90s figures, this is a custom one. It only matches Harrison Ford how he looked in the 90s rather than in the 80s. I don't know. It's like the head sculpt's still Harrison Ford, but not as close. This is the only figure that can match that. Absolutely love this figure. That's all I gotta really say about this. I hope you guys enjoyed this video on this new Han Solo figure from Return of the Jedi and the Vintage Collection lineup, the latest wave. I haven't been too caught up on Star Wars collecting as it is anyway, but every time when there's a new Han Solo figure, especially from Return of the Jedi, expect me to review it. Okay, not every single one. This might be my last one because this is the peak. This is where they peaked. Such a great looking figure. I definitely recommend this figure. If you can find this figure in stores or online, whatever, find it and pick it up. It's definitely worth it in the collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will be seeing you guys later.